All right, now that I have the microphone on, maybe we can actually shoot this video with some audio. Wouldn't that be nice? Today, I'm talking about my open options record keeper and what I do at the end of the month to kind of purge all that extra data on there that I no longer need so that I can go on to a new month. And that keeps my file size way down and it makes it easier for me to juggle through all the huge amount of data that I have. Let's take a look. Hey everyone, welcome back to Drawbridge Finance. My name is Levi Woods. This is an opinion channel only about money. I don't offer financial advice in any way, shape, or form. And I definitely don't reach out to people. Lately, I've been having a bunch of people scamming my face, like literally taking my profile from my Instagram, making fake Instagram profiles, and then reaching out to members and to friends and family and people that genuinely care about me and trying to sell them cryptocurrency. And it's quite rude and it's horrible. It's actually a horrible situation to be in. So if you're getting a message from me and you think, well, that's weird, why is Levi trying to push cryptocurrency down my throat? It probably isn't me, because that's really not my style. I have my videos on YouTube. If you want to watch them, then great. Click on the subscribe button down below. If you love the content that I'm putting out and you want to become a patron and chat with me directly in my live chat group on Discord, you can do that as well. I'll put my official monikers down here on the screen and you can see what the actual ones are so that you're not getting faked out by somebody that's trying to scam you. So I apologize for those people. Like I said, not me. Today, let's get on to this video. My open options record keeper. Now I use this product on a daily basis because I need to track my trades. Now, for those of you who know me, I do a ton of just simple strangles, iron condors, and things that are open and closed on specific dates. They're really easy to track. But I also like to trade diagonal spreads where I'm using a leap, and the long option takes a long time to get rid of. So what that means is that I'm constantly selling short options against those long positions, and I need a way to track it. Now, it would be really simple for me to just write it down in a notebook. I could just write down my credits per trade, but I've actually developed a spreadsheet that I use on a regular basis because it allows me to communicate with my patrons directly. They can see what trades I have on, they can see the adjustments that I've made, and it also helps me a ton because I can actually see visually the profit tent that we create when I put on a trade. And that's really what I'm going for. When I'm making an adjustment, I want to make sure that I'm getting the most potential profit out of every trade based on the relative price of the stock or the stock movement. So what ends up happening is I have a ton of trades on and this data gets big, and at the end of each month I have to clear it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I make a copy of my spreadsheet so I keep all the data that I had for the closed trades, and I move on and I start with a fresh new sheet that has only my open positions in it. It's pretty slick, and I'll show you the quick way to do it. So what I'm looking at here is my November sheet. So these are the trades that I had on and were closing during the month of November. And then I have all of my open ones down below. You can see the closed ones are green. Up at the top, we can see a little summary in columns U and V. We can see that there's 33 closed trades and there's 109 active trades. So this is what I want to get rid of. I don't need to continually look at these closed trades. It's just slowing down my spreadsheet. So I want to delete those and just leave the active trades. And it's pretty simple to do. Now, before I show you how to delete them, I just want to show you the open options summary. It's also going to delete all of the data in this. And that's part of why I do this, is because I'm just tracking as I go whether or not I've opened enough trades. So you can see in the first week, October 31st to November 6th, I opened 11 new trades and I closed 9 for profit and closed 2 for a loss. So this is pretty typical, 11 new trades, 4 for profit, 1 for a loss. We can see in the month, 67 new trades, 24 for profit, 9 for a loss. A total closed trades of 33. Once we've deleted all of these sheets, this will be blank, there will be no closed trades, and I'll change the date on the new file. Now they also highlight in green the ones that are closed. And what I want to do is I want to just delete them, because every single one of those closed trades is taking up a sheet down at the bottom that I can flip to. So the very first thing I need to do is I'm going to make a copy, and it's pretty simple. I just go up here to File, and then I say Make a Copy. then it's going to say copy of. And if I'm moving into December, I would just call this 2021-12, and then I would click OK. Now that's just going to take a quick minute, but because I'm making a copy of this, it's going to be a brand new file. So I can then go in and delete all of the closed files or all the closed sheets. And I'll show you quickly how I do that. You can see pretty easily they're all in green, and I could use the link. I could click on the first file. I could look at the file. I could right click and say delete, say yes to delete the sheet. And then it would be gone, and I would go back to my days to entry or days to expiration sheet, and you would see that this reference line would be gone. I could do that pretty easily, but there's actually a faster way to do it, and that's to actually just click through, because when a trade is closed, you'll see as I go through these, I'll get to a trade that's closed and it will show green. So there you go. I know this one's closed, so I just hit delete, hit OK, and then I continue through to the next one. I'm just clicking on each trade and I'm looking for the ones that are closed. Here we go. Here's another one that's closed. We're going to right click on that and just choose delete. And that's as simple as it is. So now I'm going to jump ahead. I'll show you what this is doing. So we'll take a look at what this is doing. Instead of doing it, clicking on them one at a time here, I'm just going through these. And at the end, when I get to the very back end, all of these green ones will have no reference anymore. I'm just going to show you one more thing, and that's the open options A to Z, because this file just updates itself with all of the tabs that are available. So these green ones are just going to disappear once I've deleted the sheet, and it will reduce the number of closed trades down to 0. So just to recap, I'm clicking through, I'm finding green files, and then any that are green, I'm just going to hit delete. Now they're in my previous old November file, so that's fine. I can just go back and look at those trades anytime I want, but I don't need them active right now in the current month. And because I trade so frequently, I just don't need a list that's so big. Anyways, I'm going to jump forward. You guys get the idea of this. I'm going to jump forward to the end and we'll take a look at what it looks like once they're all cleared off. All right, so I've gotten to the very end of that, and you can see that this top section, these all just have references that go nowhere anymore, but my active trades are still here. If we look at the top, I've still got 109 active trades. I just have 0 closed trades. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to delete this data that's over in these cells, and that's going to free it up and I can enter new data. Now, one of the things I don't do is I don't select and delete the lines, because I actually want the code there for next time or for new entries. So I'm just going to go over to column R, and I'm going to select all the cells. So I just select the bottom one, I scroll up to the top, I hit the shift key and I select them, and I just simply hit the delete key, and that's just going to delete the data so there's nothing in any of these cells anymore. I'm going to do the exact same thing in all of the cells in column C below row 4. So cell C4 down to whichever ones I want to delete. So I'll just show you that. Select here, the bottom one, in this case C36, and then shift and select, and then just hit the delete key. And so what that does is it makes them all look blank. Now the code is still in each of these. If we look up here, there's still code in all of those. They're just now blank. So what I can do now is just sort, because these are now blank cells. They're just going to rotate down to the bottom if I just click the sort button. It's going to run the script. And what's going to happen is it's going to resort these all into date order. Oh, this is interesting. I actually see a little mistake in here. So I'll show you something else. You see, this is showing January 21st, 21. That's because it always tries to put the current year in. So I'll show you quickly how to change that. We just go over to this file, just double click in the cell and hit the backspace key once and just change that to 2022 and hit enter. Then it'll have the correct date. And when you go back here, and then when I click this button, sort by expiration date. So now I only have open trades. So if I go over here, it's showing 1 closed trade. That's a bit weird. Which one is it showing? Arc Unicorn. Click and refresh this. 109 active trades, 0 closed trades. There we go. That's it. That's as simple as it is. So now I'm ready to go. That took me a few minutes. And now I only have a sheet that is dealing with my open trades. Oh, actually, there's one more thing I need to show you. Oh, I always forget these little things. Let's go back to this and let's jump over to the options A to Z. If we scroll over to the left, I just have to update the date. So I usually start with whatever date is immediately following this. So it's usually a Sunday that I start. So I'm just going to type in this cell and I'm going to say December 5th. So I can just choose it on here, Sunday, December 5th. And then it will automatically update. And now any of these trades that are active now, as they get closed, they will populate into this monthly total. And I can go back and look at that at any time. Now, I hope you guys found that informative. If you did, remember to hit the like button down below. If you don't already subscribe, please do so. It would be awesome. It helps the channel a ton. And leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get rich together.